mine's in there. Well,
Whoa. Hello, everyone.
one person at a time.
I think it's finally working. Yay.
Planting seeds.
Okay. Here, hold that.
Okay.
Put it on you or whatever you want to do. This is the pre-pre.
What is that a charger?
Yep, it's a charger. Hey, this is Daniel. So I am at the 10-4 Trucker Assembly move on DC.
10-4 DC.
10-4
DC
10-4.
Trucker Pre-Convoy Assembly in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Yeah, all of those things. So it is an event. Yeah. Okay.
It's an annual event where truckers go to DC to let the lawmakers know what their concerns and their issues are.
Right. And so, remind me of your name. It's been a long time. I'm already forgetting stuff.
I am Nana Thompson, and I'm on the moderator, administrator, social media team for Facebook Basecamp, Women for Yang and Boomers for Yang, and also on the Twitter Yang Gang Hub.
So you would consider yourself a boomer?
I am a boomer. I was
boomer.
born in 1951.
Okay, and so I get a lot of people saying boomers are voting for Andrew Yang. Why is that?
You know, the biggest issue we have right now is introducing Andrew Yang to the American people. And boomers are part of the American people. And so what we have to do is introduce him and get them to look at him, because once they do, his policies are so beneficial for the country and can address so many of the serious issues that have started it within our generation and now extend to our children and our grandchildren.
Okay, so they just need to know about it.
If they know about him, they will love his ideas.
Okay.
That's what happens with everybody who...
Go ahead, tell us all about it. Live chat, all messages. Okay, I want to learn more. Anyway, so just everybody who's there right now, go ahead and say something on the chat so we know that the microphones are working. Because this is all an experiment, you know, just like our democracy. It's all an experiment. So, and I don't see anybody chatting right now, so I don't know. I don't know if it's working or what. Okay, it's working. I get it working. Okay, so we just need to get the word out like we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So grassroots.
Yes, and the 7 stages of Yang. If you haven't seen that meme, you need to. Stage 1 is this guy's crazy, none of this will ever work.
Yeah.
And stage 7 is I've got to tell everybody about this guy because he's a genius and this will solve our problems.
No, Fred is not coming, by the way. He ditched on us.
Fred ditched us for the Hollywood stars.
The Hollywood stars. He was a bubblehead in LA, and he's driving. I flew, so that was the difference. Should President Yang pardon Trump? Should he pardon Trump if he gets impeached? I don't know.
I think we're going to have to wait and see how all that works out right now. I know that Andrew Yang is saying that we all need to wait and see that what they're doing in Washington is appropriate, but we should not pass judgment until all the evidence is in.
Yeah, and I think it's a little too soon to see if Andrew Yang would actually pardon Trump. let's just beat him at the polls.
No, but what he will do on April the 21st of 2021 is he will pardon all nonviolent drug offenders and let them out of jail.
Yes, so he's letting everybody out of jail 420. That would be exciting, and high-fiving them. So
yes,
I'm excited about seeing
and give
that.
them $1,000.
And give them $1,000 a month so they can get back on their feet.
That's a good deal. Impeachment helps Trump. He's getting more donations. Yeah, so let's just stop talking about Trump. He's last century's president, right? Yeah, he said that we need to. Andrew said we need to go through the process because we can't ignore it forever. You know?
Nobody in America is above the law, even the President of the United States.
Yeah. But we're here to talk about truckers, because automation is taking truckers' jobs, right?
That's right.
And we're gonna talk to all the truckers about their automation.
We are asking truckers about their problems, their issues, their concerns, and the ideas that they have for how to address those problems. Because we all know that Andrew Yang wants to get people to take back their democracy and to take back their government so that it is truly a government of, by, and for the people and does what the people need it to instead of what the lobbyists want to pay for.
Yeah. So the idea that boomers don't vote for Yang, that she's proved that boomers vote for Yang.
And I know a number of other boomers. We actually have a Facebook page, Boomers for Yang. It hasn't been very active, but come on over. We can talk about issues that are important to us. In particular, it's very important for boomers to know that Yang's freedom dividend of $1,000 a month, which is not just a handout, not just a gimmick or a giveaway, but it is actually our share of this booming economy that we have generated with our internet businesses, with artificial intelligence, with Google, with Facebook, with people taking and using our data, which is worth a lot of money, with Amazon sucking up $20 billion a year. That's the Andrew Yang claw, in case you may have noticed that.
I've seen that claw.
With Amazon sucking up $20 billion a year and paying zero in taxes, we need to get a sliver of every Amazon transaction, a sliver of every Google search, a sliver of every Facebook interaction, and we can share it among us as a dividend. And boomers on Social Security will get $1,000 a month on top of their Social Security, which if you're on Social Security like I am, you know that Social Security is barely a living and we need more money.
Yes. So once they understand that it's on top of Social Security, they're going to come in droves to get on the Yang Gang, right?
Absolutely. Not only that, but as a boomer, I have watched my children struggle in ways that I never had to struggle when I was their age. And I have worried about the legacy that I have left for my children and grandchildren. And I believe that Andrew Yang can address these problems in ways that will ensure and secure a reasonable future for our children and grandchildren.
Yeah. And then, so we've been here all day. The truckers are coming in slowly. We're hoping for over 100 truckers for this event, and then DC the mall tomorrow. You can see the interview with the organizer that I just posted on here. And then for me, I have more footage of the climate strike that I'm working on, and of course LA, which I was just at the other day. So, and if you're a boomer out there and you want to help with the boomer page, I'm sure she would love some help.
Absolutely, because the base camp page now is up to 42,000 people, and it's really a double handful for the moderator administrator Tim to manage. We're doing the best that we can now.
Yeah, we're all volunteers. I'm volunteering today.
Yes, I am not a paid staff member, but I am a volunteer staff member.
Grassroots, baby. Grassroots. So yeah, any help that you can give us, we'd love it.
Absolutely, would be appreciated.
If you want to come to sunny Virginia, if you're in the area of DC and you want to come join us, we're going to be here three or 4 days. I lost count, but we'll be here representing, the Yang Gang.
This guy is traveling so much, if it's Wednesday, it must be Fredericksburg, right?
Yes, he's going to pardon all the pot smokers on 420. If you didn't hear that.
Non-violent drug offenders.
Yes. So, yes, he is looking at a mass pardon on that day, and to high-five them on the way out. So, and if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm for it. I've never smoked pot a day in my life, and I'm for them letting the pot smoker drug offenders out of prison.
Well, I have some expertise because I'm a retired nurse practitioner, and I have worked with substance abusers. Marijuana is actually much safer than alcohol and cigarettes and snuff and pipe smoking. So it really makes no sense for it to be illegal. It's been found to have a lot of medical uses for people with a lot of complex conditions that don't get help with conventional medication. And it really should not be illegal, and people should not be spending years in prison for smoking it or possessing personal amounts for use.
I agree. So, I think we should get Nam in here and some of the other truckers.
Let me go get Nam.
I'm gonna change seats with you, so we can just have people come right into the hot seat. So, let's see. If it's like this long of a question, I'm not gonna be able to read it fast enough. See, it like disappeared already. I have no idea what you were saying. Short answers I can probably get to, but long answers, no. So, let's see. Don't get distracted about that. Daniel, get something, bro. Okay. Let's see. Get some water. It's hot out here. I drink water. It doesn't matter. Hey, we got Nam here.
Hello.
Nam invited me to this shindig over here. Over here.
I said I promised a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And so he sent me an email, but what really caught my eye is the fantastic video he did of all my clips of everywhere I've been, but not DC. I have not been to DC yet. So he said, come to DC, and I said, okay, I will do it. And I didn't know it would be a day in the heat. What are you doing to me now?
All heat in here. What, 90 degrees?
Yeah,
all day.
It's fine out here. So you're involved with the DC Yang Gang?
Yeah, I'm involved with the Yang Gang Nova.
Yang Gang Nova.
It stands for Northern Virginia. So we're near the DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Northern Virginia, and he has a YouTube channel too, promoting Andrew Yang.
Yep. My channel is called Make Me Think Harder.
Ooh.
Yeah, instead of Andrew Yang's job is to make America think harder, my job is to make myself think harder. Make me think harder.
Okay. Okay. So we're talking about the editing game. He takes a lot more time than I do to edit.
Yeah, I'm very slow though. So
you do what you can.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Yeah. So what does the Yang Gang look like in Nova?
Well, I've been phone banking. We've been canvassing. Oh yeah, in Nova we need like 7,500 signatures.
Oh yeah, they're not. So Yang Gang, they're not registered. They don't have Andrew Yang registered in Virginia yet.
Yeah, Virginia. Yeah. We need like 7,500 signatures, and we're just scratching the surface right now. And
yeah.
Get canvassing and stuff. And
so if you're in the Virginia DC area and whatever other state that's near us, go ahead and come to the DC Mall this weekend. It ends Saturday. Well, it ends Friday, and then they're back here in Virginia on Saturday. But if you're in the DC area, come visit this trucker. You can find out the information on their website. That's trucker. No, it's
Temple DC. TENFOUR DC.
Yeah.
.com.
You can find where they're going to be at. But come find us, or
we're going to have a tent set up just like this at the National Mall.
Right. Come find us to get your signature on the ballot for Andrew Yang.
There's a signature board there.
Yeah. And so far, we need a lot of help. We only got 5-10 signatures. No, we got more than that, but we need a lot more help. So if you're anywhere in the area, they need you to come sign to get Andrew on the Virginia primary
Virginia
ballot.
We need to be on the ballot. So
Yeah, we're not on the ballot in Virginia.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, do you believe this? Come on, Yang Gang Unite. Okay, Yang Gang Unite.
Yang Gang Unite.
Why?
I
I don't know.
don't know.
That was our thing. So
Yang Gang is all about cringe, right?
cringe. It's about the cringe, sure. Yeah. So what else do we need to know about DC and Virginia?
So we're gonna be there on 3rd. We're gonna be on 4th. We're gonna be in the morning of 5th also.
Okay.
So and then they have some kind of festival, October festival. I think in Northern Virginia.
Northern Virginia.
I have to check that.
They have all kinds of festivals in October.
Yeah.
So
everybody has a Oktoberfest, right?
so if you can show up with your Yang gear at an Oktoberfest and
Because we're gonna
represent it.
try to be at these festivals. We're gonna be try at the farmers market, wherever there's public places. We need to get those signatures out there. So we're collecting a lot of signatures. Hopefully, there's a whole bunch of Virginians show up at these events, and you know, I would love to have a Fred here. Gosh.
Yeah, Fred, this is a personal message to you, Fred. Okay.
I made that video just for him too.
Prioritize trucker events, not LA rallies.
Yeah,
okay.
You just want to be a rock star.
Yeah, you just want to be a rock star. Meet MC Jen. Oh, there's the trucker. Meet MC Jen and bobble your head everywhere. Well, come on. You know, represent the truckers. Be here in Virginia, sweating your ass off just like me. So, anyway, I have to give you a hard time because you're not here, right?
Yeah.
Fred the felon, the trucker is not here.
At 10-4 DC.
At 10-4 DC, the trucker, you know,
And by
event.
the way, that's the only truck lingo I know. 10-4.
10-4, yeah.
You know any other truck lingos? Give me some truck lingos.
Chicken lights,
What's the chicken light? What's the chicken
the
light?
lights, the extra lights.
Oh, chicken lights? Oh yeah, I like that. You got your chicken lights off, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Oh, and chicken house is a scare house.
Chicken house.
You used to. Oh, I remember one. Bears. You call it bears cops, right?
They call them full-grown bear, diesel bear, bear in the sky, Evil Knievel, one on motorcycle.
Oh, one on the
Evil
motorcycle.
Knievel or motorcycle cops, I like that.
Oh, I know one. Four-wheeler.
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 Cars.
Randy Lane, Hammer Lane.
Okay. Well, when I interview a trucker next, I'll make sure I get all the lingo.
Randy Lane.
So, I'm American going to Tamu. I don't know where Tamu is, but okay. Are you going to preach Yang out at the Tamu? I don't know where that is. But anyway, so we are going to talk to some truckers. Let's see.
You're gonna go around and talk to truckers?
No, they're gonna come online with me. There was a gentleman with a hat. He just walked by. In a little bit, we'll go find him.
You gonna go find some?
She's looking.
Okay.
She's looking. So, DC area. Lots of truckers. Hundreds of them.
Well, there's so far we got maybe 25, but it's
25.
we got plenty of time right now until
It's still
dusk.
early.
At 11 o'clock they're gonna drive out here because they want to wait for. They don't want to block the streets up. So 11 o'clock they're gonna drive out here with all the lights and have a huge convoy. I think if you guys want to look at the video, 10-4 DC, just search for that on YouTube, and you'll see what they did last year.
Right. So, how are the truckers responding? Well, like the organizer has definitely heard of Andrew Yang. They reached out to the campaign. Sorry, the little flies. They reached out to the campaign to talk to Andrew about being here.
My car's pulled
But so Andrew did not respond and that he was going to come. He will be in South Carolina on Friday, which I hope to be, and that's maybe next year. I'm going to vote for Yang in Texas instead of Trump. All right. So represent.
Yeah,
Texas.
next year if Andrew Yang is in primary, then we have a 1 year of 1 year left to do this.
Yeah.
So Temple DC was Temple DC 2020.
Yeah, 10-4 DC 2020. Same time, same place. Next year, Andrew could be here
Yeah.
representing. So let's hope that that happens.
This will be the event instead of the LA event. This is so let down. I saw Daniel on.
Seth is coming. It's her.
Okay.
All right, cool. We got another truck.
So you saw me on the Twitch live stream, I guess.
Yeah, the Yang stream. Yeah, I actually turned both of them on. One of them had a great audio quality. One of them had a better video, so I turned both of them on.
Yeah.
So,
And then I have an interview with Pageant Kagi, and I
Paget KG. I think
Sorry.
Paget KG.
Pageant KG. Sorry, I told you Pageant. I get your name wrong at least a couple more times.
I may got it wrong too.
Anyway, so I have an interview with her that will be on there eventually. Well, I'm gonna pick this paperwork up, so you'll see that too. And just behind the scenes of LA, I don't know if my footage is gonna be as exciting as some of the other people because they got like front row tickets. They put me in the back.
You don't have a press pass?
Yeah, I don't have an official press pass. It's unofficial. But thanks for the shout out about the 2.5 subscribers. I worked hard to get those. So everyone, one of you guys.
You got 2.5 just now?
No, I recently got over 2,500.
Okay.
So,
I never give you a shout out, so shout out, congrats.
but let me know with donation if the super chat's working. If you're able to donate money, I don't know. I've never tried that before.
Let me see if I can do this.
I don't know what he's doing.
The truck.
Taking pictures of the trucks. Yeah. Well, we can turn the camera around.
Yeah, we could turn the camera.
Yeah. Which I will eventually. But anyway, you should see. I took a picture for the thumbnail too.
Oh, you did?
So yeah, it's fine. And then you can also see some behind the scenes footage on my previous video I posted with the organizer. So that's already out there. So.
Yeah,
So how about Bernie Sanders having some heart trouble?
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
crazy, right?
yeah, I wish him well.
Yeah. We definitely wish him well, but we do think he's too old to be running for president, honestly. Just your body wears down, and presidency is a lot of stress. Oh, thank you. $2.
Wow,
Nick,
cool.
it's working.
Wow.
Thanks for being my first super chat donation ever.
Cool.
Ever.
And see,
You're making history, Nick. Making history.
I'll be the moderator here.
Yeah. Go to my channel and moderate. Oh, trucks are driving in right behind us.
What was it? What was his name?
Are you looking for my channel, American Dog Factory?
No, I already got the channel. I'm looking for your first NCX.
NICK.
Oh, man.
I don't know. What?
I'm gonna say thank you, Nick.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's cool. That's awesome. I didn't know you could do that.
So I'm in here and I'm there too.
Oh, okay. Cool. Hey, that's cool. I gotta keep him with me when I do these. You wanna go to South Carolina with me?
I wish I was as free as this guy is.
Yeah.
I watched every one of his videos.
Yeah. You watched a lot of them apparently.
I missed one of them. Told me I missed that.
Yeah.
Arizona one.
Yeah,
Tucson.
Tucson one, maybe.
Yeah.
But he did a little video with me asking me to come today, and it has like different clips of where I've been, and there was a lot of clips there. In fact, I think I'm gonna steal some of your video for my intro or something. He's like, that's all right, you can do that. Okay. Somebody's gonna subscribe to me, I think they said. Is that what they said? Anyway, you're not subscribed yet? What's going on? You know, get that done.
Oh, they will subscribe to Albus. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Blong Bang.
Thanks.
I don't know if I got that right.
Yeah, Bing Yang.
No, it's B-A-N-G.
Oh, Bang Yang?
Blong. B-L-O-N-G, B-A-N-G.
Okay, I gotta see it. Long Bang.
Yeah.
$10. Thanks.
Wow.
I appreciate it.
Let me sit down there. And
So I don't know what to say about Bernie. Just, you know, Bernie. I think you're feeling the burn because you're burnt out. Probably you need to take a rest.
take a break. You know, enjoy the life.
Yeah, I might be time to retire, but don't give up the fight. Just get on the Yang yacht.
Yeah.
It'd be better for you to get on the Yang yacht.
Yeah. Maybe we could make that guaranteed job thing work with the Yang Yacht.
Yeah. Well, I don't think guarantee is the way to go.
I don't think so either.
But American Jobs Factory definitely wants to be able to privately guarantee jobs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
As a nonprofit. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do it by creating a network of businesses that you're able to transfer to and have a job for. So that's the plan for American Jobs Factory. We just don't want the government to be involved, but the government can give grants and stuff. I'll take some grants.
Yeah, since you're a volunteer organization,
Nonprofit.
Yeah, nonprofit.
Yeah. Give us some grants, government. So
We can see snow as early as
so what else is going on? We have the food bank here is also is part of what the truckers are representing as the people at the food bank. So they're dropping off tons of food.
Oh yeah, they're bringing instead of bringing their loads, instead of bringing the trailer full of other goods like Amazon goods, they're bringing truck full of food, and they're just dropping it off right there. Just they have one building set aside for food bank. That's really awesome. That
Close.
these truckers are willing to do that kind of stuff
Yeah. So they're awesome.
for the community.
They're awesome. So So I had this all set up where I told them I was going to do this live, and I needed them to come talk to me, and then they disappeared.
All of them disappeared?
I
No.
think so.
Oh, you mean what? Maybe he. Wait, was he there?
I don't know. I gotta ask her. She wanted to come talk. Hello.
Let me see if I can find him.
I can't see your name. It's too small.
Well, let me see if I can find him.
So he's gonna go find some truckers to talk to. So, how was the ride from DC, or I'm sorry, from LA to DC, you ask? Well, I slept the whole 4 or 5 hours. I don't even know how long it was because I fell asleep. So, it was quite a trip. I was exhausted anyway, so. You love Glen Rock, New Jersey, okay? I'm sure it's great. I've never been to Glen Rock, New Jersey. I've been to New Jersey because I flew in for a New York rally and I flew into New Jersey. Thanks for loving my channel. I love you. I love you guys. You guys are the best. So, what do you guys think of the whole Bernie thing? Is it a pivotal moment for Andrew Yang? Or Are you with me on that? What do you want me to ask the truckers? What do you have for me? What kind of questions do you have for truckers? Thank you for saying that my channel is awesome. Any trucker questions out there? Okay, just a second. Nah, come back here. You're gonna have to fill in until we get some truckers.
All right, yes, sir.
So you have your channel.
Is that the trucker?
Hey, you go here.
You wanna be in here?
Good.
You want?
You wanna talk to us? Live
I
channel.
don't know. Do I?
Maybe you do.
Maybe. What's your name?
He's Nav. I'm Daniel. And
Nab.
Daniel?
Daniel.
Uh-huh.
and we're promoting.
live.
We're promoting Andrew Yang for president.
All right.
You wanna talk to us on live channel?
Live channel? No, live channel. I'm not a live guy.
You wanna talk to us?
No. No live for me.
Come on.
I don't know because I really don't know what to say.
Come on. He will ask all the questions.
Oh no, I'm not answering any questions. Now, I'll answer questions as long as they're not political.
Oh.
If they're political,
No, it's
because
about,
I'm like this.
it's about problems. It's not about politics. It's about solving problems.
Just give us what the
Oh,
truckers
I'm a
look like.
psychologist, so I know.
Oh, you do?
No.
You need to come here and do it.
I'm just old, so that I know things, right?
Just come on in here. Come on in here. Come on.
I'll do it if no one else. If you can't get
We
anyone
can't
else.
get
Can you
anybody
get
else.
anyone else? People are waiting. Come on, sit
Well,
down.
what the heck?
Yeah, come on. Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, I'm Karen.
Karen.
No,
nice
no,
to meet
put that
you.
on there first. Put it
Yeah, put it on your little thing, maybe.
Yep.
On your shirt. There you
I
go.
don't look good.
Oh, you look great. You look better than me. So
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So do you drive a truck?
I do not. My
Okay.
husband is a truck
Your
driver.
husband is a truck driver. So
He is.
what kind of things do you do to support him in his job? Maybe on the road,
Oh, I make his lunches.
make his lunches.
It's a hard life. Him being gone and
Yeah.
it is a hard life.
So what kind of challenges do you have with it? Take me behind the scenes.
Okay, I work second shift
Okay.
and he is
Hey,
gone.
it's on.
What?
Going live?
Yeah.
That's
Is that him?
cool.
That's my husband.
Okay.
Okay, so I work second shift
Uh-huh.
and he's gone Monday through Thursday night usually.
Okay.
So then when I get home on Thursday night, it's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So, and then I usually, so we have a little bit of Friday together and Saturday and Sunday.
So it's
Right,
the hard part is the time apart.
It is. Yep. Yep.
So have you heard of Andrew Yang at all at this
I
point?
have not.
Okay. So he's running for president
Okay.
and he is getting the least amount of media coverage.
Because I've never heard of him.
Yang blackout because the news media, I mean, it's getting a little bit better, but the news media doesn't cover him because he's not a politician or he's not, he hasn't come up through the politician ranks.
Okay.
He ran a nonprofit called Venture for America, and he realized that automation had taken away 4 million jobs, and out of those 4 million jobs, half of them went on disability, and half of them, the other half died from drug overdose, were depressed, and didn't file for unemployment, and just got out of the workforce altogether.
So these were truckers that
This is automating their jobs, so it wasn't truckers.
it's everybody.
He's worried about truckers being next
Okay. Yeah. Right.
because
I agree.
because good old Elon Musk, love him, but he's working on automating trucks, and it's a huge industry to automate the trucking.
Sam Marla says she looks awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
She's
I'm
like,
dying.
so anyway, so yes, he's worried about truckers being next, and like his solution is like we're not going to stop automation. So his solution is that give every American the resources we need to make a transition into another job. Because we can't just say did like a government program where we train all the truckers to do something else. Instead, he wants to just give us the money and we'll figure out how to transition on our own by having the resources. So he wants to give every American $1,000 a month, over 18, and have Amazon and tech companies take the blunt of that because they're making more money with automation and innovation, and it's not being distributed to the people that they need.
You'll see my nice
So universal basic income has been an idea around since the beginning of our country. Thomas Paine wrote about having it. Martin Luther King wrote about having it. Milton Friedman wrote about having it. And it was kind of universal, but it's never been enacted. And he thinks that's the quickest way to help us transition into the future. It's something that we can do now that would make a big difference.
I would like some.
She's on board, everyone.
What about
Yay.
Bob Robinson asked, is she afraid AI will take over? AI will take over trucking, you think?
Are you
afraid?
artificial intelligence? Are you afraid artificial intelligence or the computers will?
Oh, like no driver in the car, computerized.
Yeah, automation.
I'm not.
Not, you don't think it's going to
for,
happen? Long time?
Yeah, I'm really not.
So-
I can't, my mind, I can't see it working very well, but
So they're
what
going
do I know?
they're going to be able to do it in 10 years.
Are you for sure?
What about remote drive?
No.
Can I remote
I'm
drive?
gonna explain it. Get on my conversation, man.
I'm just trying to get this guys.
No. So this
I'm sorry.
so you can be convinced that like a computer could drive a truck on a straightaway, right? Like on freeway driving, maybe.
Yes, I can see it. I guess I don't want to believe that that will happen because that's really scary to me.
Yeah, and they
It
have
is just really scary.
they have Tesla cars that can drive on their own practically.
Yeah, but it hits somebody.
Well, not, but on a freeway they can drive, where there's,
Yeah, I don't know. It's still scary.
yeah, because then what are truckers going to do without a trucking job? But
No.
this
How am I going to make my house pay?
so this is the scary thing because right now trucks have this big problem. It's called this white stuff called smoke, right?
Yes.
So this is the thing. They're going to install 5G and 5G network
Yeah.
everywhere in the United States. It's like better internet.
Okay.
And it will allow somebody at a call center, but they're no longer call centers, they're virtual reality call centers, where they get to call the truck, and the truck says, hey, I'm having a problem, there's snow. And a trucker will be a guy who knows how to drive a truck, will be able to beam into the truck virtually, so they're not really there, it's just virtually. And drive that truck for 10 or 15 minutes in the snow, and then the truck will say, oh, I'm okay, I can take it from here. And then he goes, so now you only need one trucker for every 50 trucks. Or 100 trucks.
Yeah, so 52 viewers.
Wow.
51 viewers.
I don't think, and people who think that it's not going to happen very soon, I don't think they understand that technology is able to do that.
Right. Probably because I'm not tech savvy.
Right?
So,
So that's probably the disconnect. So, do you think there's any limitations to electing the first Asian president that wants to give everyone $1,000 a month?
I think there's a limitation.
Yes, do you think people are going to hesitate to elect the first Asian president? Just get that That's pretty good.
I think they think
Asian?
oh, no, not necessarily that. I think they would say
Is it
you
think
would
it's
have to
legitimate.
hold true to that promise, and if you can.
The lady is very nice.
Yes, she's great. I agree. And if you keep complimenting her, she's just gonna laugh the whole way through.
Right.
So I think that is a barrier that some people have, is they think it's a gimmick, like he's not a real serious politician. But
Oh,
if
what,
you-
they're asking what's her name. So you pick it up properly and what's your name?
Karen. Karen is her name. So anyway, they don't think he's a serious, but he has over 100 policies on his website for like serious, very serious problems. He wants to provide solutions. So, and because of the media blackout, a lot of people don't realize that he's like temporarily so
Right.
going every day, and he just raised 10 million. So thank you, Karen, for joining me today. She's being called
Yes.
called to another area. But Karen, it's a pleasure. Thanks for filling us in on Trucker Life.
Thank you. Would you mind?
Who's next?
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. That was
That
fun.
was beautiful.
I couldn't really help you out much, but I did
Karen.
learn something, so that's good. Thank you. We appreciate you. Hi.
You want a card or
There
a
you go.
Karen? Karen.
Oh, thanks, Miss Karen.
Everybody, you're awesome. Thanks for taking Karen. And we have another guy. All right. We got another victim. All right.
I'm not scared.
Okay. What's your name again, sir? Ryan Hutchinson here. Trucker 10-4. So what brings you out here today?
Well, I'm one of the event planners.
Okay. So he's the real deal organizer here. So then tell me what, in your words, what's this whole event about?
Well, this event started out, it was a political protest starting out. What we realized the first year is it's more of a public information event. It's reaching out to the public, it's public awareness, letting them know what truck drivers deal with on a daily basis. Because the general public doesn't realize what we go through. You know, they don't realize what it takes to get their groceries from the field to the store and everything that's in
That
the
magically shows up
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah.
grocery store.
You know, a lot of
Will
people.
increase the volume somehow.
Well, we'll try that because the truck behind us is rubbing the engine. So take that over.
So, you know, most people believe that they just walk into Walmart and their groceries magically appear and it comes on a train. The reality is, when's the last time you saw a set of train tracks come into an HEB or a Walmart or, you know, whatever grocery store you need to go to? Even though it goes by train, somehow it still has to get from the field to the train, back off to where it gets dropped off. The truck still takes it to the store. A lot of times on these produce moves, these field moves, you have a truck that picks it up out of the field. They take it to a processor, they process it, another truck picks it up, takes it to a distribution center. So that's a second truck already. From distribution center, it may go to the store, it may go to another distribution center. It could be up to 5 or 6 trucks that this thing moves on.
Okay. So my initial reaction would be like, I have no sympathy for you. You get paid. That, you know, the trucking company pays you, the market pays you. So I mean, if you don't like your job, then find a different job. So I mean,
Well, that's fine if you feel that way, but the reality is, how are you going to have groceries at your house if I'm not out there looking to bring them to the store?
exactly. You need trucker people.
We truly appreciate our truckers on the road.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the public out there that supports us.
So that support, what it looks like on the ground is that you need healthier work conditions, better contracts for truckers. Like what kind of things do you need?
We do.
awareness for?
And generally, there are a lot of, well, we're actually trying to reach the public with what's going on with us. Our work conditions, you know, they put us on these e-logs before we were on paper. When we're on paper, if we got stuck in traffic, say, you know what DC traffic is like.
Yeah.
You come out of there, let me ask you a question. What's safe? If I am coming into DC and I have to go through and it's almost rush hour, am I better off to stop, have dinner, take a shower, you know, no. lay around a little bit, get up a couple hours later, 2 or 3 hours after I've had a nap, and roll through DC? Or would you rather me be in that congestion? I mean, on the safety side of it, which is safer for both of us? Because it's safer for me to lay down and stop and not have to put, you imagine I'm just one guy. Imagine thousands of trucks.
So they have unreasonable requirements for you as a trucker.
They do. And so they've got you on a 14-hour clock. You can drive 11 a day, 14 total work conditions. The problem is not everybody's sleep pattern's the same.
Right.
So they've got us on a 10-hour rest period. Some guys sleep 5 hours, some guys sleep 6 hours, some guys sleep 8 hours. The reality is we should drive when we're rested and we should sleep when we're tired. This clock they put on us, when your clock says you have to go, you have to go. You can't stop.
So when you say they put on us, is this like an industry-wide thing happening?
It is. It is. Once they took it off, see, reality is before, when everyone was on paper, they made things work the way it had to work. You know, it might not have been legal, but they did what they had to do to get the product there and to get it there safely and not put the public in harm's way. Now you've got a clock that you're racing against. Imagine a GPS, for instance. You go on a trip across the country, what's the first thing you naturally do? You naturally try to beat that clock.
So is this like a government mandate type of thing?
It is.
Picture your yanks.
It was passed under national law.
Okay, so they need to repeal that. Let truckers figure out how to
Here's the thing, the truckers need to have a voice in Washington to actually be able to have a say about what goes on.
And we think that Andrew Yang is that voice because he solves problems and he listens to what the problem is and has actual solutions that make sense. And he's not just trying to, do some soundbite. But the election's a long ways away, and this kind of thing, any politician could probably put a motion in the House to get it killed.
They have put motions in the House. The problem is they can't gain enough traction. There's some safety advocates and the American Trucking Association. They're dancing against it.
So it's like regulations, but the justice warrior people are messing it up.
And the lobbyists that are every week.
So what's the lobbyist gain out of people having this mess up schedule?
Well, so generally, most of these trucks, most all these people you see are owner operators. They're small businessmen. They own their own truck. They are either leased on to a company or they run under their own authority. We make up roughly 90% of the market. The small 1 to 10 carriers, right? So in the last 10%, you have everyone else. Those are above 10. A small percentage of them are over 100. Say 5% are over 100 trucks. The problem is those big companies, Swift, Warner, Ryan, the big ATA companies, they're all in this American Trucking Association together. They're pushing to push a little guy out is what they're trying to do. And they're trying to do it through regulation. So if they can regulate us enough, they can push one guy after another out until enough of us leave the industry and they take total control.
Corporations keeping us down once again.
Well, the thing is,
They wanna know if he knows Fred the felon.
No one knows Fred the felon. I've checked. No one knows. Fred, you need to make your presence, known out here. If you're going to be the Yang trucker of known establishment truckers, I don't know. If you need to make your presence known in the trucker world, I don't know, more videos, what you need to do. But if you're not on the Yang gang, you probably don't know the trucker Fred the felon.
I have no idea who Fred the felon is.
See, that's a problem, Fred. Get on that. Get on that, Fred. Okay. Vote yay for Fred. Anyway. So let's talk about the wrong. So corporations trying to push out the little guys so they can have domination.
They do it when they monopolize the market. What happens?
I don't know what happens.
They set the rates.
They set the rates.
So what happens when they set the rates? They're going to raise the rates to what they want them to be at. It's going to affect your every product that you buy off the shelf, whether it's milk, bread, eggs, whatever it is.
And this is an example of why I started a nonprofit called American Jobs Factory to create jobs for the future that don't destroy us. Because I feel like corporations just always do this thing where they're like destroying jobs and working against us. there's not like, and I don't feel like there's a national organization that mobilizes like unions kind of do for some people. And most truckers, I guess, are not part of a union.
No, so when they deregulated trucking, independent owner-operators such as myself, we can't join a union. So we don't have a choice in that, even if we want to.
Why can't you join a union?
It's when they did deregulation back in
Because
the
you're
80s.
independent?
Yep.
So that's another thing that I think I could solve with my nonprofit. It's not a union.
I don't know, but my feeling is they probably didn't want small owner-operators to be able to join unions because if a union got in there and they didn't like what was going on and they had enough owner-operators, they could swing the whole economy in the United States.
Yeah. But that's kind of why you're gathering today to have the agency come together. And that's the whole point. A union is to have one voice and somebody who's fighting for it. So now we're doing like individually coming together. And then the organization 10-4. What? Is it a once a year thing to mobilize all year?
It is once a year, and it's a play off of the CB10 code 10-4. That's what it is. So
if you haven't heard 10-4, then you don't know a trucker, or you haven't watched a trucker movie or something.
Right. So
And the bandage is not your friend.
yeah, it's a play, and that's actually what they played the date off of was 10-4.
Oh, God, it's 10-4 coming up.
10-4 DC.
It's funny how obvious things like that don't cross your mind until somebody tells you. That's me right now. Oh yeah, it is. Hey, keep it down over there, buddy. Just kidding. And that's what I'm like. Okay, so really what we need to do is get somebody in government involved and get this repealed, we get more awareness out so that this mandate changes.
We do. Drivers need to be able to decide when they can run. I mean, they know what's best for them. You know what's best for you. You know how many hours sleep you need a night. I don't need somebody to babysit me.
You have your own business. That's the whole point of getting the business on your own, so people don't tell you what to do.
Well, if you walk around and you talk to some of these guys, Artie over there's probably got almost 50 years in this industry. I don't know how many Dan Davidson's got. There's tons of guys. How many years you got in the industry, Dan?
87.
Nick's can't give you $2. Who is it?
Nick's
I
NCX.
was born in
Thank you,
trucking.
Nick.
I was raised in
NCX.
Right.
Okay.
So are you second generation?
Yeah.
So, for instance, he's second generation,
Second generation.
32 years.
32 years in the industry.
This is what he knows. This is what he
Well,
loves.
actually, I was in the Army driving trucks before that. But that was in 74.
Put your mic on your face.
I hear that is it too loud?
That was my MOS when I was
Is
in
it
the
too
Army.
loud, ma'am?
No,
You need
Closer?
it louder.
Closer? Wow.
closer to your face.
You gotta get even closer. Okay. If you insist. But he drove trucks in the
See if they
Army.
can shut those trucks off. Okay.
He drove trucks in the Army. So I hear the trucks in the Army work the same as the private trucks.
Hey, there's the King Immortal.
Okay. I can't say your name. King Immortal. King Immortal. Okay, thank you. $1.99. Are we selling stuff at the dollar store? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. So it sounds like so Andrew Yang. How much do you know about Andrew Yang anyway?
Not much.
Not much. Okay, so I'm gonna yang him right now with all the Andrew Yang knowledge here. So one of the big things he talks about because automation,
Right.
and so we automated 4 million jobs away in the swing states Donald Trump needed to win, and so that he says it's a clear line to why Donald Trump was elected because he got a lot of the problems right. He just doesn't agree with his solutions. But without all that said, 4 million jobs automated away. Half of them, the people went on disability. The other half, there's a rise in suicides, depression,
Drug
and
overdose.
they didn't enter the workforce. So like the unemployment number doesn't show them because they just didn't file for unemployment. They're not even looking for a job, type of thing.
So we actually, it's a side that's not really brought up a lot with the e-log that's come in and the way this has been put into effect on us. The depression rates of trucking. And you can imagine most of these men and women, some of them stay out 21 days at a time for home and they only go home for 2. So you have a lot of time to yourself to think in your mind. The suicide rates increase, depression rates have increased. I mean,
So politicians out there cause suicide rates to go up. Let's just break it down because of a stupid law that's passed that's regulated. And I assume it might have been.
it's mine. Don't worry about it.
It might have been done in good faith. I mean, maybe
Right.
they were doing it to. Oh,
Steve Ober says, protect Americans work in trucking industry with the 3 exclamation marks.
protect Americans working in the truck industry.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that the thought process was to keep trucks safe by making sure people got plenty of rest and things like that, right?
It was pushed through on safety is what they said. They said it was going to save 26 lives a year. So far that's been false. It's actually done the opposite. It was actually passed to control this is what it was because they can push the smaller trucks or the smaller trucking companies out of the industry and they take control.
So a lot of Democrats are big into regulation, and I don't think Andrew Yang is because he wants smart solutions, not
Well,
things
Andrew
that-
Yang is the kind of guy that will ask truck drivers what they want for regulation.
And one of the reasons, a lot of Republicans are for him is because it's not the atypical Democrat just trying to push,
Right.
want to push things through without thinking about
Listen, the answer is not always more regulation.
it. Yeah.
We still live in America. We're still a free society. When you start trying to force people to do things that they don't want to do and it adversely affects them and how they support their family, most of these people out here have hundreds of thousands, some of them have millions of dollars wrapped up in their company, in their equipment, and then you put this thing on them that starts making them lose money every month. In the first 6 months of this year, over 640 trucking companies bankrupted. They went out of business. Right? So an average year is 165.
So, how do we get something done? Politicians out there. What can we
Thing
do?
is, we've absolutely backslid from where we were.
Yeah.
I mean, most of these guys out here, some of the older guys, when I first started in, and I'm second generation like Cam was. My mother owned her own company, my stepdad. And the thing was, these old guys that I knew that had been driving 20, 30, 40 years, they all kept telling me the same thing I'm telling kids now. Don't get into the industry because it's getting worse and worse every year.
Well, at this point, it doesn't make sense, I think, to get into the industry with automated trucks coming down the line.
Right.
5 to 10 years, the job won't be there.
Well, just like Dan, 32 years in the industry, what's he going to go do when he leaves? It's the same thing you were talking about these people who committed suicide and these people that went on disability. The reason they have is they had a skill, they had a trade, they had a set that they knew how to do.
Right.
You don't retrain somebody that's had 32 years.
Right.
Number one, they can't take the economic hit.
That's the message we're trying to get towards people.
What do
Because-
you think can be done within the next few years that will help truck drivers?
Her question was, what do you think can be done that would help truck drivers? in the next
Well,
few
here's the
years?
thing. If we don't stop some things that are coming down the pipeline, it's going to be detrimental to not only the country but the industry. There's a bill right now that they're trying to push through that's going to raise our liability insurance from $750,000 to $4.9 million.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, my one truck and trailer that I own 1 truck, 2 trailers. My insurance right now is about $14,500 a year.
Holy cow.
Okay, I call my insurance company and ask them if this goes through, what's my insurance going to be? Me, one guy, 2 trailers, 1 truck, going to be over $40,000 a year.
Jeez, that's horrible.
Now, guys like us can't take that hit.
Yeah.
And they just believe we can pass it on to the customer. It still gets passed on to the end user. So no matter how much you pass through, and I'm an end user myself. You're an end user, he is. Every one of us is an end user. It all gets passed down the line. But there comes at a time where we're trying to pass through a cost, they're not going to take it anymore. That's what we're fighting back against right now.
Is there anything else you can think of that can be done?
Well, where's this bill? I mean, who can stop it? Just it can not pass through the house.
That's it.
So
they're also trying to, and many, you drive down the interstate, they're trying to push through speed limiters on these trucks, right? So currently, you can run the current speed limit, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're trying to push it through between 63 and 65 miles an hour.
I always thought, like, actually, I got this from my dad a long time ago, that they should have, a long time ago, had a trucker freeway highway where only trucks can drive down.
I've heard that before.
That would have been a good solution years ago, but
Right, I hear you. Unfortunately, here's the thing. We pay so much in taxes, tags, and everything just to run down the highway. People don't realize the amount of money all these trucks pay. Every truck you see on the road pays $550 per truck just for a heavy-duty road tax, right? So then our tags, we pay roughly somewhere between $1,400 and $1,800 a year for tags.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Take on top of that, we pay fuel taxes at the pump. Depending on the state, it's between 20 cents a gallon and 60 cents a gallon at the pump.
yeah.
At the end of the quarter, we have
Kills you.
at the end of the quarter, we have to turn around and pay IFTA taxes on the fuel that we have already purchased and paid tax on because we might not have paid enough tax in those states. There's states like Kentucky, Oregon, New Mexico. They don't actually take part in the IFTA program. So if you run through those states, you pay a meal tax every mile you run in your state as well. And this is all on highway systems that we've already paid for. I mean,
Federally funded, yeah.
you look at the amount of money that we spend. You hear the amount of money I just gave you that we spend. You're talking thousands a year. And you see how our infrastructure is right now.
Well, what does
It's terrible.
What does after cost? What does the average trucker make? In that
So it
situation?
generally costs the average guy, depending on what kind of equipment he runs, if he's got a truck payment, a trailer payment, and possibly his own authority or whatever, it costs us about $1.40 a mile to run down the highway. So, bare minimum, we should be at whatever the price of fuel is. Most companies out here, outside of trucking, most companies are shooting for a profit margin of whatever they put into it, they want to make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So if they had put in $1,000 for this, they want to make $1,000 off of it. It's 100% markup, right? It's not in trucking. We're lucky if it's a 40 to 50% margin, and we're really lucky on that. The other end of that is you drop a motor or a rear end or a wheel hub. I dropped a motor a couple years ago, $28,000. I dropped a wheel hub in Arizona last month. By the time I paid everything, had to find a new wheel, new tire, new hub, shop bill, and everything, had over $4,000 in 2 days in the shop. By the time I figured,
So don't break down.
yeah, but you're going to break down the way our infrastructure is right now.
The
and
roads
you
are
guys
getting
know.
so bad, yeah.
Well, that's because the highway taxes that we pay, they only use roughly 30% of them to actually go towards fixing the highways.
That's not right.
We're paying
Now,
for bike
what do you-
trails. We're paying for
Yeah. What do you think about, Fred said something about, what do you think about the idea of having driver councils to make recommendations regarding these things, and that,
Do the question.
Yeah.
People.
and that can have some effect, can be reported to Congress before they pass these bills?
So her question was having a driver's council that can come together and pass certain bills. Is that what you're saying?
No, make recommendations to,
Just like,
let me just come over here
Okay,
and
fine.
say, one of the other, Fred, that we talked to said that we should maybe have driver councils who could make recommendations to Congress about the bills and the regulations that they're passing into law that affect you.
Right. So we already have some councils in OIDA, obviously. I don't know what their member count is, but it's extremely high. There's USTA. They're a small lobbyist group, nonprofit, that is for the drivers, by the drivers. These guys are actually drivers. They take time out of their schedule to go to DC and sit down and talk to these people, right? You have Trucker Nation. You have several different groups that do it. You still have a transportation subcommittee. Now, out of that transportation subcommittee, they should be listening to the drivers. The problem is they're listening to lobbyist money.
Right. Those lobbyists. So,
A lot
Andrew,
of people are saying they're learning a lot from this conversation.
that's good. We're here to help. Anyway, so Andrew wants to get rid of lobbyist money through democracy dollars, and he says, money always finds a way. So the best way to solve the problem is to wash the money out. So he wants to give every American $100 to contribute to a campaign, use it or lose it, and then that way, if lobbyists say, "I'll give you $50,000," they'll say, "I have $1 million from the people. I don't care about your $50,000," and that would wash out lobbyist money.
First and foremost, lobbying should be illegal.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way I feel about it. Literally, you're going up there, you're contributing into these coffers, you're putting money in there. What swings a vote more than money into that re-election fund?
Right.
I mean, let's be honest about it.
Well, that's why washing it out is the most effective.
Right.
Is
But
what,
here's my question: where does that $100 per person come from?
well, it will come from taxes, probably, and then other avenues. But we can, make sure that it goes towards, luxury items or whatever.
Right, but you're still taking tax money to turn around and give to people to buy back the
Our
people that are
democracy.
supposed to represent them.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to buy back the people that represent us at all, period.
Yeah. I don't know how we could make lobbying,
And
illegal.
I don't think that these people who are bought and paid for are going to vote for bills to make that illegal.
No, they're not. Why do you think they come in and they're worth, a few $100,000, and what do they make a year?
So this is the way to go around
And
that.
they leave being worth what? I mean, you look
on
at
this
these
kind of
people
money, we
like
could print
that.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, we could print the $100 and we'd be fine. It wouldn't cause inflation.
Well,
So,
even if you print money, you still have to have gold and silver to back it up, right?
no, not anymore.
Well, I know.
Remember the
Oil.
2008. We
2008.
print money for that.
In 2008, when we bailed out the banks, it was printed, and there was no inflation, so it can be done. But there's a guy I talked to, and you can check that out when I went to Alaska. But he talked about ending corruption, passing a law that if you or any family member is impacted by a law, financially impacted by a law that you pass, then you could get jail time for that. And that, I mean, at the very minimum, something like that needs to happen, because there's so much corruption that people, politicians vote on stuff that their cousin gets a benefit from that bill passing.
Well, and we need term limits. That would solve a lot of that problem.
Term limits for sure. I think we
Yang
need
is for that.
yeah, of course. So Andrew Yang is like every issue that causes people pain or frustrates people, it's like it all got mixed in a bucket, and Andrew Yang got the bucket and poured them on himself, and he's trying to deal with it. So that's why
Right.
he has over 100 policies, because of things like that. But that's why we're out here, to just tell people.
We're
about
learning
it.
ourselves. We're learning ourselves.
And here's the thing that I see in our current situation of government. It's not so much anymore about how it affects the people as it is how they're going to get back against the other side.
Yeah.
The two sides of the aisle no longer work together for the better of the people anymore.
Right. We need somebody who will bring everyone together and get things done. What's that comment, Dom? So you have any questions? Any questions?
Making jobs.
Yeah. the Supreme Court, we can get some. We want term limits on Supreme Court justices, and we
I don't
want
disagree.
and we want some. We want more than 9.
There's no reason that these people should go in and be in there for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, and we should be like crossing our fingers somebody doesn't die on us. That's just weird.
What is that?
What's that for?
So,
Set it on the trailer.
Ooh. Well, no, you got to show that on the live
Can we show that on live stream?
I don't know.
Here, set it up. Slide it over behind us, Riley.
All right.
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
gonna turn the camera a little bit. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna set it back up. Okay, well, it's a work in progress. Okay, thank you. Well, I don't.
So do you want me to explain the trophy real quick, what it's for?
Yeah, do it.
So that trophy that's sitting up here on the deck right now, that trophy's going to be given out to one of the guys that are here, or women, that'll be on the National Mall. It'll be for the best representation of our industry is what it is. It's a People's Choice Award. It'll be voted by people that are talking to these guys on the National Mall, that we're sitting there and giving them information. It's not just based on the truck. A lot of people thought it was like a truck show trophy. It's really not. It's about the person, the individual, and the representation of our industry.
Somebody who's representing being activist for the truckers. Okay, that's awesome.
Well, the way they carry themselves and conduct themselves,
Okay.
and it's a total package.
Total package. Okay, that's. And how do you have like a committee that voted on this?
We don't. It's a People's Choice Award.
Oh, People's Choice.
Yep.
So
So people on the National Mall that are talking to these guys will actually get to vote on it.
okay, so it's going to be voted during this event.
We could vote too. We could vote too.
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to vote, come to the National Mall.
We'd love to see you track me down.
Yeah, next couple days, we'll be here with the truckers.
We'll be going up at 11 o'clock tonight. We'll be up in D.C. on the National Mall about 1:30. It'll start tomorrow. We'll leave Saturday at 10 a.m. to convoy back down here to Fredericksburg. And then the food bank will have their benefit barbecue down here called Porktoberfest.
Oh, okay, so Porktoberfest is here on Saturday.
It is. It is.
Okay.
Have you talked to these guys yet?
No, I'm waiting for another guy. This guy passed on
He
to
passed
her,
the buck, yeah.
and she's running away. Yeah, that is. So,
Hey, Fred, you want to come down?
So was
you-
there any questions that popped up?
hey Dan, any questions that popped up?
Ask them.
Any questions you got? Did I miss any? I don't know. We just got to get our politicians in gear and actually repeal stupid laws that are causing these truckers to suffer, and don't pass more regulations on the truckers. But hey, if you want to pass a regulation, maybe you should look at the corporations. I'm sure the corporations have some stuff that they need regulation passed on. Just don't pass it on to the local trucker, okay?
This is a statement from Steve Ober. These are truckers' policy goals from Yang. Protect Americans who work in trucking industry, enable a smooth transition to autonomous vehicle if that comes about, preserve order and distribute gains equitably. That's from here, Steve Ober.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you think about?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Tell him about Yang's nonprofit history.
Okay. Do you know Andrew Yang's nonprofit
No.
history? Okay. So he started a nonprofit called Venture for America, where he thought that too much of the wisdom of the youth was going to corporate like lawyers and things like that. So he wanted to give these guys coming out of colleges a path to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So we started Venture for America, where he installed like the youth coming from these colleges all around the United States and cities that were struggling to mirror like entrepreneurs and learn how to do business, so they can start their own businesses in like Detroit and
Fred.
yeah, we need to talk to you next, Fred.
Oh, Sampler asks, do you think Andrew will actually help truckers?
I don't know. I haven't studied him at all, so I guess it sounds like I need to do some reading and find out for sure. You mentioned autonomous, and here's the thing: our infrastructure is so bad right now. These trucks are blowing shocks. The last 2 years, I've noticed an increase. I've talked with some reporters about it, in steer tire blowouts for some reason. The roads are so bad out here, I don't know how they could ever actually make autonomous work right now. Not only that, it only works in ideal conditions, right? So, snow, rain, ice, it's not going to work.
So
Dust storms.
let me explain to you how it's going to work. This is what they're working on. So 10 years. So that one thing, getting rid of rubber tires. They're going to be basically a mesh steel that doesn't blow out. NASA has them already.
Okay, let's go one at a time. Mesh steel. What are they going to do to our road conditions, because they're already terrible?
Well, it'll be able to navigate holes and divots and everything, because the way the mesh, it's like the mesh goes, like it sucks into like a hole, so it keeps rolling without any stabilization issues. So
Right, but you're saying it's metal, correct?
well, it's a type of metal mesh that doesn't puncture. Yeah, but it's not going to hurt the roads because it gives so much.
You know about Legion of Builders and Destroyers? You know about that?
Legion of Builders and Destroyers. Is
Yeah,
that a
we
book?
talked about that in one interview. It's not everybody knows. We are learning ourselves.
Okay. So, but regardless of the tire thing, how it works is, do you agree that AI will be able to drive a truck on a straightaway?
Yeah, hub to hub is what it's going to happen. The way I envision it happening is distribution center to distribution center, primarily.
So we're upgrading to this thing called 5G across the country. And so what 5G will enable trucks to do is we're going to have like a call center, but instead of like a call center, it's going to be a virtual reality call center, where when white stuff like snow comes along, the automatic truck is going to say, oh, I have a problem, I can't drive in the snow. And what's going to happen is one person from this call center is going to virtually beam into the truck in order to steer it through the hard conditions.
No, I'm saying it's not autonomous, it's robotic, is what it is.
Or remote control.
Remote control, basically. And drive the truck, and then the truck's going to be like, I got it from here.
Right.
And they're going to beam out. So you only need like one driver per 100
That's
trucks.
also how they plan on starting and stopping them, to get them off the road into a lot of these facilities and places.
Right. So that's the, I guess, the piece of, automating away truckers, because you only need like one trucker for 100 trucks to monitor them.
So,
Take
question
over
though,
stuff.
what happens when they lose 5G connection?
Well, that's the whole point, is that they won't have a truck go anywhere that doesn't have 5G connection.
So then all the areas they can't get 5G connection, you're still going to have a human driving it?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a phase in, so it's over 10 to 20 years, yeah.
Well, we're still in the testing phase now, so we're not even sure. This is a theory that they've come up with that they think is going to work. Right now, they're still trying to put a driver behind the wheel. The problem is, just like a lot of these cars now with lane recognition, right? So people get comfortable in there.
Yeah.
A driver gets comfortable. Next thing you know, what's he do? He's on his phone, looking on Facebook, playing around. Truck loses control. It's just like the old thing where you can take a dollar bill, hold the hit between somebody's fingers, and you let it go, and they can't grab it. So if a guy's not paying attention when that truck does have a problem, or say a steer tire blows out, they're not going to be able to react fast enough to stop that truck from running off the road or something catastrophic happening.
Right. I mean, they won't beam in fast enough. But
Right.
the whole thing with AI is, once it makes one mistake, it never makes that mistake again.
We hope.
Well, no, because it has 10,000 other computers that say, oh, what is that mistake? Let's all learn from it.
Okay, how does it distinguish between a soccer mom with 5 kids in the van or hitting a dog that's in the other lane.
It doesn't matter. The mom's gonna die.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's been like a robot dystopian movie for like forever. I don't know how they're gonna work it out. So
Right.
But the thing is, in that scenario, just imagine, you know, that mom dies. That's one mom out of 10 years of nobody ever getting hit. So it's
And
more people are gonna get hit with.
and you heard
Human
what I
drivers.
and you,
May I interject here?
and you heard what I said earlier about they passed this regulation on saving 26 lives.
Yeah.
So
Right.
We need an interview from Andrew answering all these questions. I don't think he has answered a bunch of these questions. So we have to understand we're not the expert here.
right. No, I understand.
No, but I am. I mean, I know what technology is coming, but
Right.
But you're right, and it's all theory. I mean, we don't know anything until it happens.
Right.
But we know that they're working on it, and you know,
We're light years ahead of what we ever imagined would
Right.
be, right?
and
So
and there's. I mean, people want to automate truckers away because they're going to save billions of dollars not having to pay a trucker, and that's
Exactly.
and that's why I started my nonprofit, American Jobs Factory, because I just see this people creating jobs to destroy us in
Right.
one way or another.
and
So-
it's not just truck drivers, okay?
right.
One of those trucks over there is a 2019. Good buddy of mine just bought it. Who do you think built that truck?
Robots build trucks.
Bingo.
Okay, this person asked twice. I'm gonna ask anyway. Ask him if he would be willing to give up being a trucker if he was shown that self-driving truck are 100% safer than human drivers, or would he still want to compete regardless of the
So
data?
the question would be they're asking is if to prove that the automated trucks were 100% more safer than a human driver, would that persuade you to say, yeah, I'm gonna get out of business? Thank you.
No,
They're doing better?
this is my livelihood. This is what I love. This is what I know. This is what I've done for years. It's like you were talking about the depression, the anxiety a lot of people have when robotics replace them. It's the same thing for a lot of us. This is what we do to support our families. This is what I'm doing to put my kids through college, to pay for my home that I own.
Yeah. So it's not a like, oh, I'm excited about the robots.
No, this is how it's going to affect all of us, because eventually they come for all of our jobs. It
Right.
doesn't matter who you are. It's social conditioning, right? Just like Walmart. They start with a few checkout lanes that are self-checkout, right? Then they start cutting back cashiers. So it kind of forces people to use those lanes if they want to get out of there quicker. So then they expand those lanes so there's more of those. Now you go into Walmart,
Yeah.
there's 30 self-checkouts, there's 2 cashiers working in the
Yeah,
place.
and it makes me mad, like when you go into the bank and there's not a teller open. They're like,
Right.
you can use the automated system, and you're like, I don't want to use the automated system. And they're like, okay, well then stand in line. And you're like, oh, okay. How do you use the automated
I know.
system? Yeah, it's conditioning. So you know what Andrew Yang's plan is to give
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that haven't been following Andrew for as long as I have think it's like a gimmick, or you know, he's doing the game show type of thing. He gave 10 families $1,000 a month, but I mean the idea is that's a base. He also wants to put like a transition team for truckers together to find, you know, jobs that truckers would actually want to do. in the
Okay, let's
future.
say tomorrow autonomous was here, we're all kicked out. Just worst case scenario, right? So my buddy over there in that brand new truck, that gorgeous trailer over there, he's got roughly probably $275,000 in his trailer.
Right.
What's $1,000 a month going to do for him?
Well, I think that they would need to have the $1,000 a month and then have like a buyback program for his truck or something.
But what's he going to go do after that?
Well, the whole idea is the $1,000 a month is supposed to give him that cushion to find something that he wants to do, not something that he's
Yeah, but
hurrying
you
to
realize after 32 years, this man has created relationships that he's had for 15, 20 years, hauling for people.
do. Yeah, that's why we need.
These are relationships that pay his bills.
That's
they
why
pay
we
for his kids.
well
and
that's
his
why we
grandkids.
need like a transition team and like smart guys like you trying to come up with a solution, because I don't know what Andrew doesn't know what you guys are going to want to do in the future. Just knows it's coming down the road and we have to do something.
People don't understand. Okay, trucking is a lifestyle.
Right.
It's really not a job to most of these people. This is their life. This is their livelihood. This is what they love doing. There's guys out there right now climbing on top of that truck, polishing that truck. You see him.
Yeah.
He was polishing all night. I'm in that gray Peterbilt over there. My buddy beside me, Kenworth, is putting polish on his wheels right now.
Right.
He's greasing them. All right. This is a lifestyle.
Yeah,
this
no
is what
robot's
these guys
gonna
love
polish.
to do.
No robot's gonna polish a truck to make it look nice. Like,
But I'm saying this is more than just a job to these guys. This is, it's their livelihood, but it's their passion.
yeah.
So I mean, how would a doctor feel if they come in and a doctor does it because he saves lives, right? And somewhere deep down, you can't do it just for the money, right?
Right.
So how would he feel if tomorrow they said, okay, well, we developed a robot that can do all these surgeries and save all these lives. We no longer need you anymore.
That's what they're doing. They're doing. Robots are going to be able to do surgery a lot better than the doctor.
Let me ask you a question. When we get to the end of that, what do we all do?
So,
Because the huge producers, money is void at that point, right?
yeah.
Because the huge producers have nobody to sell to anymore. Because those of us that have been in this industry for years and make good money and buy a lot of things from people or buy a lot of products and goods, we're no longer there to buy those anymore.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, it's
not
really
the
the
money. The
it's
money
really,
is taken out of the economy.
it's really the circle of life
Right.
we're talking about here. It's in
So-
reality, this
so
whole
every-
United States
so-
works together.
So everybody who hears about this problem that's not in trucking, are sitting on their high horse somewhere will say, oh, well, we had the same problem in the Industrial Revolution. We found new jobs. Every time their technology takes away a job, a new job comes about.
So how many did you say were lost before in those swing states?
4 million jobs.
4 million, okay. So that's 4 million jobs that can't be replaced. They gotta find
Exactly.
something else to do, right? There's roughly 4 million truck drivers out here. What do you do with 8 million people out here trying to find other jobs? I mean, it's not just a simple thing, and we're continuing to go forward with replacing more people with robotics and autonomous. You continue doing that, there's no jobs left for people. If they are, they're jobs that most of these guys are not going to go work for minimum wage
Right.
or a very low pay.
Right. And so, I mean, the whole thing is $1,000 is supposed to replace anybody's income, because that's not, $1,000 a month isn't going to replace your.
Kyle
your
Hoy
income.
says, this guy is really smart. He will research and be convinced easily.
And here is some research. Websites on there, and that's got some basic.
Awesome.
Getting helpers. So anyway, so the $1,000 isn't going to replace anybody's income. It's just help with the transition.
No, but eventually you agree. We go far enough down the autonomous road, money's a mute point.
Yeah.
And it's
I mean,
Sample says Sample says thank you for opening up our eyes.
that's what we're here to do. I mean, we're trying to put out information to the public to make them realize what we go through on a daily basis. These, one of the things we didn't even mention, they put these electronic boxes in these trucks. You see them all the time. You see guys parked on the side of the interstate. You see them parked on the on and the off ramps because there's nowhere for us to park. I mean, quite literally, there's not enough parking in the United States. A lot of states like Arkansas and Oklahoma, I live in Oklahoma, for instance.
Oh, I'm from Oklahoma.
I talked to some of the highway patrols. Oklahoma's failed us. They don't have enough money to even keep these rest areas open for guys to pull over. And let's be realistic. A rest area should have a shower in it. There's not anywhere in this nation that I know of that has a rest area that one of these guys can go in and take a shower. So if you get stuck in a rest area for the night, sorry about your bad luck. The other thing is, if it's on the side of the interstate,
I never thought about that. I'm always thinking trucker showers, but that's only at a gas station, right?
And you have to pay.
Yeah, and you have to pay for them. But what do you do if at a truck stop? Lots of people go to rest areas. And there's no shower. There's no nothing. Showers are important.
no, there's also no restaurants at most of those places. The turnpikes have some of them. most of the interstate system.
We need
though,
better infrastructure. That's one thing I thought Trump was going to do, is spend money on our infrastructure, and he didn't get that done. So I don't even, is he running on that this time? I don't even know. But
Well, here's the thing. Even if Yang gets in there, he's got to fight for his life, because these people that you're going up against aren't taking it easily. No matter who sits in that seat, they're not going to get things done easily. They're going to have to go the hard way about it.
yeah.
Well, he's ready to fight for it.
Politicians are more interested in votes. That's all they're worried about.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yang's not a politician.
Right. And neither's Trump either. So,
but that's the whole thing. I mean, his signature policy, he'll at least, his promise is at least he'll get the $1,000 a month, because that's his signature policy, and it's not going to take him 8 years to pass one thing. So we can count on at least that. And then once we get that done, then we can say, hey, the government did something right. What else can we get done? So,
well, they should be passing policies to actually take care of people. The problem is, we're at a point now where they're passing regulations that are hurting people.
well, yeah, and
He's better at talking than I am, but he's
no, there's nothing that says nice looking lady.
so that's the thing. You shouldn't have these regulations in the first place. I mean, you're your own business. You should be. I mean, the free market should determine whether you're a good trucker or not the government.
It's kind of like letting Mother Nature weed out herself is what it is, really.
So yeah, I don't even know what to say, because
And instead we got Big Brother poking his nose in, you know, and making regulations that don't even make sense.
Right.
So,
yeah. So I don't know what to say.
And
Except
who's giving you a chance to talk about these issues in front of the American people?
yeah.
You see any other politician here right now trying to ask you what's going on?
no,
in your
and I'll
life?
tell you what, the first time I went to D.C., the people that everybody was scared to go see are the ones I wanted to go see. I went and knocked on Nancy Pelosi's door and tried to get in. How do you think that went over?
I don't know how to go over.
Not at all. They just pretty much told me I wasn't welcome unless I come back with a constituent from their district. Here's my feeling on that. I'm all afraid in her district. I spend money in her district. So I am a constituent in her district, right?
Right? And she went to see him?
No.
Well, I'm waiting for her to see him.
Because I didn't actually live in her district, so she didn't have to talk to me.
So what district do you actually live in?
I live in Oklahoma. I'm southern Oklahoma.
So who's your
Kevin
representative?
Stead.
Okay. Is he helping you at all?
I've talked to his transportation aide, yep, and they listen. But the problem is we don't have enough voices going out. You know, so the big things are border policies, you know, and veterans affairs are the big two that most people talk about. Most of these elected officials, that is primarily the two focuses that all their phone calls, their letters, and their emails come from. So it's the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? If there's 50 of us calling in a week, and there's 5,000 calling on, you know, border security, who's going to get the grease? The people at border security are. That's what this event like this is about. And there's other events going around in the nation on 10-4 as well. And it's public awareness, because the people don't realize what we're going through.
So my whole idea is basically to game the system by kind of having so my organization, nonprofit, and kind of like buying up companies that affect workers and then running the pro-worker.
Right.
So because I didn't have a lot of trust in the
Steve over
system.
human-centered capitalism. He's yelling.
Okay, that's Andrew Yang, what he's running on, human-centered capitalism. So anyway, so because I don't, you know, I think like all the truckers could get together and buy a trucking company and then have more agency to run things. If they all chipped in and had a company that they ran and worked for and could make policy for and things like that. And that's kind of what my nonprofit is looking to do.
Anyway, we have to wrap up because I'm going to go.
Okay. Well, how long has it been, man?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is
you've been
since
on
you-
for
this-
over an hour.
Yeah. So now I'm saying I gotta shut it down. He's the boss. So
he's ready to go have dinner.
yeah, I understand.
No, I gotta give this to the next Yang group.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So Yang Gang, I'll be here. I'll be DC
Truckers
tomorrow.
for Yang.
Okay.
Yeah, Truckers for Yang. Do we have a Truckers for Yang name?
Yeah, we do. There's
Yeah,
a trucker
because
on
isn't that Fred's thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Fred's,
Okay,
Fred's
Fred's
page.
Truckers
94
for Yang.
minutes. 94 minutes
Check it
we've been
out.
on. So.
Okay. Check out Truckers
So
for
we're
Yang.
actually the only group that's ever parked physically on the National Mall.
Okay.
That's an accomplishment.
It
But
is.
y'all deserve it. And,
It's
y'all
actually
deserve
shocking
the
to me that
attention.
nobody has actually even attended it before.
Wow.
Through the permits office.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's important to get permits.
yeah.
We are.
So, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. I will be back tomorrow in DC on the mall talking to truckers, and I'll get that posted as soon as possible. I may even do another live here. So, donate to the channel, donate to Andrew Yang, and also donate to Truckers, 10-4 Truckers.
10fourdc.com, and it's all spelled out. TENFOURDC.com. Top right corner, you'll see a button that says Take Action. You can go down and donate there.
Yeah, and you can get an awesome shirt too.
Yeah, we've got some beautiful shirts on there. I think Fred's got them on there for sale. So
I showed it to y'all with the last video, so check that out.
right.
So thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Have a great night, and go Yang Gang. Take care. Bye.
And thanks for sharing with. I wrote
Thanks
down
for
some of the
sharing.
stuff. I'll try to communicate.
What's your name again?
I'm Brian.
Brian.